This is the Brick Commentary Central. You're listening to the BCC Podcast. It is Friday, March 13th of 2026, and you're listening to episode 400 and... YouTube changed the location of the title again. I forgot that. 68 of the BCC podcast. I'm LQ, and joining me today is Leo.
Kevin gave me tuberculosis.
Yeah, Kevin's here also.
I did what I gave you all I had.
Kevin, you quote that game like it's so culturally ingrained that most people even get it.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's honestly mostly left the cultural zeitgeist at this point.
Actually, it's one of the most impactful
No, it's a great
ever.
game. It's one of my favorite games, but it is not in the cultural
No, it's
realm
still
of
one
thought.
of the most beloved games of all time.
I don't think it even gets up there some other video game references people to understand.
Well,
Are we muted?
No, we
Are
shouldn't
we?
be. Leo, why do you say this?
I'm trying to see if I can hear myself on the stream. Hold on.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can hear us in the stream. At least I can hear me and Kevin, I guess. No, I hear you, Leo. Do you have the stream muted when you're listening to it?
No, we're all good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's do that in chat next time.
I apologize.
So, Ford's here too.
Good evening, everybody.
I think this is the second Friday the 13th this year.
Off to a great
Yep.
You're right.
start.
So Donald, gets 2 extra years. Donald Duck's birthday is Friday the 13th.
Oh, I thought you were
nice.
talking about Trump, and it's just like, huh?
No, it's
He
the wrong
gets 2
Donald.
extra turns. Like,
I'm not sure if that's supposed to imply that Donald has the bad luck or Donald is the bad luck.
It could go both ways.
You know, I have a theory.
A game theory?
Game theory?
No,
Hey.
a film theory.
Oh, that's worse.
watching.
So, old cartoons are funnier nowadays than they used to be. And I think one of the reasons is there came this time where, the previous generation want us to really take these cartoons seriously when they're always supposed to be satirical. How
Okay.
people say stuff is cheesy. I realized the other day, for also, that a lot of people don't realize that the 60s Adam West Batman was supposed to be a comedy. They just think people took that seriously back then.
Well, if you were 3 years old, yes, you took it very seriously, but
It was never written for people to take it seriously.
no. Well,
That
technically-
interpretation is also because TV executives are stupid.
technically the first episode was kind of supposed to be taken a little seriously, but they kind of figured out, oh, this is a gold mine.
But yeah, there's this idea that just people prior to the year 1995 they had no self-awareness.
That's because ironic people didn't exist before then.
It might be because of 90s cartoons then too, or then kind of the hyper cool, no self-awareness type. No, well,
There's a deal of self-awareness there. I'm not entirely... How many 90s cartoons have you seen?
I'm
Leo?
talking about the most mainstream 90s cartoons. I'm not
Which
saying it's
ones?
always a bad thing too. I'm just saying it's the rise of the action cartoon. But it was not. It was not so much meant to be light-hearted and comedy focused and not taken seriously. It really wanted you to take it seriously and buy the toys. There's a little more sincerity to it. Well, meanwhile, stuff like the Flintstones was not meant to be sincere.
It was meant to
People
instead
think it
sell
was.
cigarettes.
But there's kind of the loop. During the 60s, there's actually a very much lack of sincerity in a lot of media. We went through in the 2010s. There's some good stuff in the 60s, don't get me wrong. But there's also a lot of crap.
I mean, they're always making a lot of duds.
They are, but
Like
like
how many of the '80s toy cartoons do you remember nowadays?
TV only had a very small spot where they were actually doing good, honestly. And even
Well,
then, isn't great.
I hear one guy say that the golden age of television happened with the like with when the production of Breaking Bad and The Sopranos and those
I would agree with that
those
because also
shows like
Lost
that.
was around that time. That was the only time where you had a big enough budget and enough technology to make really good serialized stories, and they actually took continuity seriously. Because anything prior to like 2000 really did not take his continuity seriously, which is frustrating
Yeah.
in the modern age. Because executives knew back then they didn't have to, because it'd be really hard to watch it all in the
Yeah,
room.
but it's always been a funny take to me because TV has been around since late 40s,
Hmm.
like commercially available in the 50s more so,
Hmm.
and it took that long for us to get to I guess the golden age of television.
Then we threw it away.
Meanwhile, cinema had only been around 30 to 40 years, and we already had the greatest movies ever all time coming out.
The thing is, I think we still haven't actually even figured out how to make TV. Like, the ones that are good are kind of a fluke. Like, something they always have in common is the executives did not actually sign off on the show that ended up being created. Except for maybe, like, Game of Thrones, but also I wouldn't call that peak TV.
Well, that also didn't really end too well.
No, it did not.
Have you heard the hypothesis that the ending that was there is actually the one that Martin was workshopping and he put it in there
Oh,
just
yeah,
to
I
see how it
completely
worked in the
believe it.
books? You
That's
believe
why
it?
he hasn't finished the book.
I think he already did finish the book. And then realized that he'll get more fame and money by not releasing it. Because, as soon as that last book comes out and it's also bad, the spin-off series are going to lose interest too.
Well, he also has like these updates he makes where apparently he says he's still writing like thousands of pages or whatever.
He's
The guy
he's
is
a
also,
liar.
like, a total nihilist, and I don't trust that he has many moral values when he says his whole thing is humans are not moral. So, forgive me if I think that he might have the inclination to lie.
Why would someone that fat lie?
George R. R. Martin really is like the anti-Santa Claus.
It's like it's beneath him, you know?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones actually did do, like, irreparable damage to fantasy after, like, its high point in the 2000s.
You can't be that large and like just have a shaky foundation, you know?
I mean, unless the diabetes gets your feet, then,
Are we talking about television?
No, we're talking about George R. R. Martin.
I think I think the problem you identify, Leah, with I guess Game of Thrones and its influence is less to do with Game of Thrones and more to do with the Game of Thrones knockoffs that people are trying to see.
I have an issue with Game of Thrones itself,
the homogenization. I mean, I do too.
Okay, yeah, it's always too. It's like the MCU had some problems, and other things went and made those problems a feature.
Yeah.
Like, they were never the feature of the MCU movies, and they were good. But they did inspire a lot of slop. I do think the problem with Game of Thrones was a problem already. Like, the 2000s, loved, like, the anti-hero, the morally gray, the chain link fences, except Bionicle was not actually morally gray. That's why it did it right. You can be edgy with heroes.
Plus, they cut through the chain link fences in that one commercial.
Bionicle 2006 is actually a rebellion against the rebellion.
All American rejects,
But, like, the idea of, like, the morally gray not having, like, a plot, basically.
I would take it a step further, and there seemed to be this thing in the 2010s, or at least like it started in the 2000s, but really in the 2010s, where you just had shows and movies where all of the characters in them are awful under the guise of, oh, they're realistic.
That's the Game of Thrones effect.
Yeah. and it's not that they're morally gray; it's that they're awful. Like they are truly despicable, awful people.
But yeah, that is
And
100% trying to go off Game of Thrones.
yeah, and there's this thing with people that they like to see conflict on screen. That's what drives so much of television and movies, is that people like to see conflict. And I guess they want, more awful people to make people feel better about themselves. I don't get it.
See, my idea of content is Lucille Ball dressing up in a discount Superman uniform and getting stuck on the ledge of her apartment.
Yeah, that's pretty prime stuff.
Well,
I understood that reference.
Ah, you got it.
but yeah, going back to like the prior to 2010 TV issue though, and there are some older shows I like, but there are very few shows that actually respected the intelligence of their audience. Like, they really just expected you to tune for a few episodes and then not be there anymore. They did not care about continuity at all, and that always bugged me about old shows.
I disagree.
I feel like you're talking more about 90s sitcoms.
Yeah, I think you're talking more about
that sounds
sitcoms.
like 90s, 80s. Yeah, it's just day to day. It's different, but I don't know. A lot of the older sitcoms.
You think Gunsmoke respected its continuity?
Sure, it's just
No, it did not.
every day it's the same thing.
There's so many contradictions in shows like that.
Have you seen Gunsmoke?
It's not
Enough of
serialized,
it.
though. It's episodic.
So you haven't seen all
No,
of it.
but
to
even
know.
episodic shows should have a continuity they stick with themselves. They shouldn't actively contradict themselves.
Episodic shows should have an idea, like a boundaries that they stick in. I don't necessarily think you need to go be consistent from episode to episode necessarily.
I don't think you have to have a plot that's like a through line, but I do think they shouldn't contradict like stuff that they say in other episodes, unless it is a skit, like an actual like comedy skit based in. It's not meant to be taken seriously at all. But if it's a drama, it should have consistency with what they say. Otherwise, you're just not following actual characters. You're following a different version of the character every time.
Look, if you watch all of I Love Lucy through to the Lucy and Ricky Comedy Hour, you have like 3 different versions of how Ricky Ricardo comes to America.
Yeah, that's what I don't like stuff like that. That always bugs me.
That bugs you?
Don't even get me
It's
started with
hilarious.
Boy Meets World.
I think with like comedy series, it's just like they're trying to make a new gag each time. So it's just like, oh, yeah. So sometimes you throw away a line and it's just like, okay,
It happened once in a while and like
it
slipped through.
contradicts some stuff. Like Adam's Family, don't get me started on the contradictions there. But my goodness, is the comedy just like superb to the point
for those kinds of
and
shows.
it's absurd enough where it's just like, I don't care.
I think they could have respected the audience enough to actually keep it consistent and still write in the jokes. You didn't have to.
Liam, for those kinds of shows, you have to think about like the continuity resets for every episode. Like the characters don't develop, the characters don't change.
Yeah, the point of the sitcom.
If they do change, then the show is bad.
Yeah, the point of the sitcom is that you return to equilibrium. That's literally the phrase that they use when they're making.
And again,
shows.
this is okay for some settings, but when it was 99% of every show is when I have an issue with it. Especially, again, I have an issue more so with dramas than comedies.
Liam, I have a very basic question for you. Do you, and I really need you to consider it here, do you actually like television?
What does that mean? I like TV
I think
shows.
I just killed Leo with that one. Like, do you understand that, like, there's a way that television is done?
Yes, but I don't care about the philosophical
And you
side
don't
of
like
things.
the way that it's done. Therefore, do you like television?
Ford, you're killing your own argument. Stop here.
No,
Okay, I lived.
I think I have a very valid question here for our host.
If you're saying,
Because it sounds to me like you don't
This
really
is a trap
like
question
television.
because
No,
you're.
it's not necessarily a trap, Liam, because when you have a piece of medium, you want to engage with the medium the way that it presents itself. If you don't like the way that it engages with you, then don't engage with it and not insist that it was different.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
that was my entire point, though. I didn't like how it was then. I liked how it evolved into for a short period of time.
I feel like this is the Surf Dracula argument. Only
No.
you like the new Surf Dracula.
Kevin understands what I mean.
This has nothing to do with Surf Dracula, first off.
It has everything to do with Surf Dracula. Okay.
Explain then.
Television was much better when Surf Dracula got to surf in every episode, okay?
Yeah.
And he got on wacky adventures, and everybody loved it. And
Yeah.
now, he doesn't even surf until, like, the end of the series.
For the last 5 minutes. Yes.
Nothing
that's-
happens!
That's a Daredevil thing. That started with, like, Daredevil and all that stuff. All these Marvel shows and stuff where it's just, like, this big origin story.
Which is when TV started getting bad again.
Yeah, so...
Yes, but Daredevil is also Liam's favorite show.
Daredevil's not my favorite show. I
Well,
like
it's one of your
Daredevil.
favorite shows. It is one of your favorite shows. Therefore,
I don't know if
it's
it'd crack my top 10, honestly. And I'd probably, honestly, even put S.H.I.E.L.D. above
No,
Daredevil
you're
at
only
this point.
saying that now just so you can be
No.
a contrarian against me.
No?
I know you are.
No, I don't think Daredevil's in my top 10 favorite shows.
Okay, go for it. What's the top 10?
Because also,
Okay, give me your top 10 right now.
We really just need to make this a separate episode.
I think this is just
it is what it is at this point.
a great episode.
It is what it
content,
is.
honestly.
Okay,
Be what I do.
number 1 is probably Lost.
Okay.
Are we supposed to be putting these in order? Am I supposed to throw out like
Just
top
throw-
10?
throw them
Just throw
out.
them. Just throw them.
Yeah, 10.
In no
of 'em.
particular order.
Let's
Alright.
see. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are pretty good. Avatar: The Last Airbender. My mind is blinking on the name. But I put in Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Which one?
The good one. I mean, okay, I know this is a lowbrow choice, but I actually would have to put Ninjago in there, considering it's probably a show I've watched more than any other show.
That
I've probably
counts.
watched the entire
Okay.
series like
Speaking
10
of continuity
times.
errors,
Ninjago actually
Yeah.
takes its continuity very seriously. When it makes an error, it makes a point to come back later and correct that error.
Hmm.
Like, Leo, you never got to that point in the show. But Ninjago actually, like, from the Sons of Garmadon era onward, they actually work very hard to keep a tight continuity.
I just know everything about that episode where they send the golden weapons to Arcturus doesn't make any sense.
It does make fine sense, and I have a video about this when we're moving on.
I know you have to do, it didn't. The video didn't make sense then.
Leo, I have tons of people saying that I fixed it for them in the comments.
Okay, what's number 7?
Well, again, these aren't in any particular order. Because...
Well, we need 4 more.
4 more, okay. Demon Slayer. That's a really good
I didn't
one.
know you watched that.
Oh yeah, Demon Slayer's great. Have
I
you
couldn't
seen
get past
Demon
the first
Slayer?
episode.
It starts off slow. You gotta kind of get in the first, like, 5 or so episodes of the characters being introduced and get into some of the action sequences.
I think it takes, like, closer to 7 episodes for it to start.
Yeah, the
picking
midway
up.
point in season 1 is where I think you really get into it. Like,
Oh, at least it's not like some we have to get into the first 100 episodes before it gets really.
Yeah.
No,
good.
it's not like that at all. And also, the thing is, the first part is very important for setting up what's to come. Like, the rest of it won't have the impact if you don't have the foundational stuff. It's just you really are following the guy as he's training and he's going and fighting bigger and bigger threats throughout. But no, it gets really good, especially when you get to the Mugen Train. Kevin didn't tell me he watched it for, like, years because he didn't want to admit that he liked an anime. It
It was not years.
was like 2 years.
No, it was not. It was like a couple months. I don't know.
Okay, we got 3 more.
Okay. Oh
We
yeah,
need to move
obviously I
on.
gotta put SpongeBob in there.
Okay.
Okay, that's episodic.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like mind episodic in every case. I just don't like it when it's everything. I'm sure there's other episodic ones that don't, because, like, I'm trying to think if Phineas and Ferb really taps the top 10 or not. Because on one hand, I feel like Phineas and Ferb drops
Apparently
off
Daredevil
in the
doesn't.
end, but also SpongeBob really drops off for like 90% of its on-air runtime. I feel like
Liam, did you ever read the Hardy Boy novels?
I feel like I read a couple, but I was not really into mystery novels as a kid.
There's like hundreds of those, right?
Yeah.
There are.
But they
And they
I
all
d-
take place over summer vacation.
Yeah,
It's like, how old are these guys?
I couldn't really. Oh, Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. It's got to be on there.
Goated take.
Have you seen Mystery Incorporated, Leo?
I have not yet.
Okay, you gotta see that one.
That is like peak cinema.
Yeah. And see, that's what Mystery Incorporated is great, also, especially season 1, because it combines the episodic nature with an overarching continuity.
So like Doctor Who.
No.
Except good.
Except good, yes.
But yeah, Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated is like the perfection of the Scooby Doo formula.
You realize most of these shows that you're listing are animated, right?
Is there a problem with that?
Slightly.
What's your problem with the animation, Ford?
Because they're, well, I have no problem with animation. It's just that, I would.
I think you're saying that Liam's perception is somewhat colored.
I think it is. It tells a certain kind of story.
I mean, yeah, I have certain tastes. I'm not gonna pretend I don't.
Yes, but most of them are shows for children.
No.
Hold on.
I put Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad in there.
Yeah.
And Lost.
Yeah,
And
those 3 of them.
yeah, okay, and there's a reason I tend to
You're
shy
talking
away
about your
from.
top 10.
Yeah, but there's a
That's
reason I
great.
shy away from a lot of adult-centric show, and it's because they're full of sex.
Frasier's not full of sex.
What is it?
No.
Frasier?
I didn't say all of them. I said a lot of them. I don't like having to sit down and something that I think watching something I think is morally uncomfortable for me to be watching. So I don't tend to not like watch things that have a borderline pornography in them, which is a lot of, especially live action shows from the last like 20, 30 years.
But we kind of got off track from like the broader point of television as a whole.
Yeah, we did, because Ford started wanting to try and make a point with me.
I'm just saying, it seems like you don't really like a lot of television.
The whole point I started with is I didn't like the old model of television.
But I think Ford's point is generally that you haven't engaged really with the old model of television, aside from watching Gunsmoke on like the reruns channel at your grandparents' house. Or
I've
something.
watched a lot of old TV shows in that way, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
I'm not saying there's no good shows.
It seems like you haven't really engaged with a plurality of different types of shows.
I mean, I have, like, what else? Like, X-Files I've seen a good portion of. It just never really clicked with me.
Have you seen Twin Peaks?
No, but...
Ford just like, oh, the reason you don't like television is because you haven't seen Twin Peaks.
I mean,
I would actually make that argument.
But also, isn't
I
Twin
haven't-
Peaks
In
a
all
bit more
seriousness, I
serialized?
actually make that argument.
I haven't seen Twin Peaks either, but I have watched Dual Spires from Psych.
Oh, yeah, Psych.
I'll allow it.
Yeah,
Psych-
Psych is fantastic.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
put
so
Psych there. Oh,
Psych
Monk. I also really like
kinda
Monk.
takes. Yeah. So the thing is with the Twin Peaks episode of Psych,
Oh, why? I didn't
it's
say
a
The
lot
Office.
more surface level.
Sounds like
You really need to see Twin Peaks to understand what I mean.
So yeah, another one. See, yeah, I forgot for some reason, like all of the 2000s comedies, The
Yeah,
Office,
Monk is
Twin Peaks,
great. It's basically
no,
just Columbo,
Psych.
but again.
Yeah, I like Monk though too because it's a little bit more
like-
narratively consistent. Is the thing I
I like
like. Monk.
I like Monk better than Columbo because Monk doesn't tell you who did it first.
Yeah, until you get to the later seasons.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think is more.
Psych is worse
It-
with that.
it's a
Psych
more
like
refined
gives up
form.
on not telling you who did it after like season 2.
Psych forgets that it's also supposed to have mystery at
Yes,
some
it
point.
does.
And
Which is a shame because I love the mystery in season 1 of Psych especially, but they just completely dropped that part of the genre later.
Yeah, I do wish that they hadn't just defaulted to just like basic murder mysteries in Psych in the later seasons, because there were a lot of good episodes in the first few seasons that weren't revolving around a murder.
like
I don't know if you remember.
the whole Carrie Elwes, like his episodes are all
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. I remember there was one episode with, I think it was like Jason Bateman was in it, and he had like a dual personality that was terrorizing people.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was kind of neat.
You know, I think this might be one of those I remember less because I had like a horrible fever and was just watching Psych until I finally passed out. The same thing happened to me with The Irishman. I never finished that movie.
Oh.
I think I didn't
Don't
go
worry,
back
neither
and finish
did I.
this episode of Psych. I just finished it in 2 separate nights. And I really hate doing that with any episode of TV or a movie. I don't like watching in 2 separate sittings. It just gets me out of it.
I think you should give Twin Peaks a chance. Not because I'm telling you to, but because it's very good and it's very different.
I
think
mean,
you should get into a Dick Van Dyke show.
I would definitely be interested in trying. I haven't watched a new show in quite a bit because I had to show Allie what good shows are like because she's never watched any. So we've kind of been going through everything. We're almost done with The Office now. Though I need to actually finish Parks and Rec. I've never done that either.
I feel like it's worth
Getting to the
grinding
end.
through for
Yeah,
some of
just
the
for
end
the-
parts.
Yeah,
and-
I'd say that.
I think so too. I didn't think I even got to the point where it dropped off. I think it was like during my senior year of college and other things came up, and then I just didn't get around to it. Like
I feel like you have to be invested in the characters because Leslie is like an insufferable protagonist. So it's just like,
and
okay, you gotta...
that works when the show is aware of that.
You gotta hope, like, Chris Pratt is doing something funny this episode, or Ron Swanson's got some funny things going on.
It also depends on when you think it drops off.
I think
I think it drops off when Leslie runs for councilwoman.
that is about where I was at. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I hit the.
that's
drop
when
off.
it drops off.
I feel like I have seen most of, like the memes and the quoted portions of the show, so that
Probably.
would track.
There aren't a lot of good moments in the latter half of the show.
Trying to think of other like I couldn't put like King of the Hill on the list because I'd never get past like season 4 of King of the Hill when I watch it.
Does it drop off, or do you...
It definitely
drops
drops
off.
off.
Hmm.
And like
I
same
guess-
with like The Simpsons. Like watched that very sporadically throughout the first like 6 seasons, and there's some episodes I really like, but I could never put it
Wait,
on the list.
on King of the Hill, did you get to the episode where Bobby gets gout?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's a good episode.
I think Allie and I watched like at least the first full 3 seasons before Hulu kicked us out.
Oh,
That's why we stopped that time.
well then.
You want to watch some good television, you got to watch the Silver Surfer cartoon from the 90s.
Based.
Might as well watch Spider-Man, is it Unlimited as well?
No. Just watch the Silver Surfer.
See, Spider-Man
Great show.
Unlimited, I loved the aesthetic of it as a kid, but I didn't remember anything that happened, and then I realized it's because nothing happens.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the most creative way to reset Peter back to a single broke guy, but
Got the wife at home. Wife at home.
Yeah, at least he actually has MJ at home.
no, the 2000s was definitely my favorite era for superhero cartoons as well.
I mean, it's unbeaten.
You have Spectacular Spider-Man, which is like the best, and then you have Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is my personal favorite, even though Spectacular
Ben
Spider-Man is
10 count.
probably better.
I feel like Ben 10 kind
Oh,
of counts.
you know, also on that list, it's Ben 10 Alien Force might have to go on the top 10 list.
Okay.
That's
Have
a
you
hard
seen
one.
X-Men Evolution?
I've never seen
Mm.
any X-Men cartoon all the way through. I've never
should
been
watch
a
X-Men
huge
Evolution.
X-Menner.
I really like X-Men Evolution.
It's written by Simon Furman for some part.
Evolution's fine. It's just...
It's
still
also made by the same
90s,
guy who made
okay?
Beast Machines.
Is that
The
okay,
same
like,
guy who made Beast Machines, the best Transformers show.
I've
Don't
tried
at me.
a lot of Transformers
Uh,
shows, but never been able to get into them. Then I talk to him, like, yeah, these characters are all really bad, but you watch it to get through this 10% that's good.
You should watch Transformers Animated.
Yes.
No, what you should do...
I
you should
almost
get
did
through-
once, and then someone who used to be on this podcast told me, no, that's the bad one. You should watch this one instead, and it sucked. Otherwise, I would have
can-
watched Transformers Animated.
You know
I've
what
been
you
telling you
should
for
watch?
years it's the best show.
Yes, I have.
could
Then I went. I
yeah.
literally right about to watch it. And say, no, you should watch Transformers Prime instead, and it wasn't very
It's
good.
not
No, Transformers
Oh.
Prime is boring.
It
Yeah.
was.
It's not
It was
that
really
bad.
boring.
It's just that nothing ever happens.
Yeah. And I hated the kids.
My favorite part of Transformers Prime is that they're in this city where no one lives in it.
Yeah.
That's right.
My favorite part of Transformers Prime is when they have the recap episode. You gotta love a recap episode.
I definitely didn't get that far. I think I got like 5 episodes in.
I think it was like the
That's in
third
season
season
2
at
of
that
all
point.
places. For some reason.
Yeah, I'm just trying to mentally think of what other TV shows I've even seen. So I know there are others. I mean, obviously, growing up as a homeschooled child, I watched like The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie.
Okay.
Nice
My wife
to
you're
hear
doesn't
your
like the Little House on the
background.
Prairie show.
So I have mixed feelings actually about Little House on the Prairie. For one,
You should.
Okay, Leo, I want to hear your take first now.
Okay, so I have never seen the Little House on the Prairie show all the way through. I've just seen like the worst episodes, I think. It was awful. And, like, there's ones I've never even seen that my wife tells me about as well.
For like
Oh,
this
she
and
says
The
they're all
Waltons,
the
I've
worst. I'm
seen
sorry.
like through 85% of the show. Then we always drop off because it's really bad.
Don't
You
get
should
me
watch Kung
started
Fu.
on the Waltons. I have so
So,
many bad episodes.
The Waltons does have a lot of bad episodes, except for the first few seasons are like actually like really good.
No,
drama.
the Waltons again. Like I'd say the
And
same thing
also,
of Lil House.
The Waltons actually did respected continuity for like the first 4 seasons, and then they go off the rails when the actors start dropping off the show.
Yeah. Then John Boy comes back as not John Boy.
Because yeah, there were actually like seasonal through lines, but they were very subtle seasonal through lines in the Waltons, which made it a good drama.
Again,
I've never seen the Waltons.
I'm actually surprised some people have not seen the Waltons. It's only me and Kevin.
I've seen some of it. Not all of it, but some
the
of it.
Waltons is. I'd say it's probably better.
I was born while my parents were watching the Waltons.
I call a friend John Boy just because of the Waltons.
My wife's family growing up had a select number of shows that they would watch. There's like 4 they'd rotate through. And so some of them she hasn't really recovered from enough to go watch again.
Is the Waltons one of them?
I think the Waltons was a later edition. This is more like about the Andy Griffith Show because they'd watch that every Friday
we were never
night.
like that. Like we weren't the ultra like what's the word?
Griffithites.
I don't know what that word means. We weren't that type of
religious.
homeschool family.
Her family had the daily devotional Andy Griffith book.
Oh.
Like, so you have your Bible devotion.
I've
based
actually
on the Andy
seen
Griffith
very,
show.
very little of the Andy Griffith Show. I've
It's
seen a
fun.
few episodes. I mean, I think it's
it's
not
fun.
bad. It doesn't like offend me to have it on, casually. But I don't think it's something I would
It's fun.
intentionally watch.
It's traumatic.
Don Knotts just terrifying.
What, Elio, ask her what she thinks about the movie where Don Knotts turns into a fish.
Yeah, the one that he really wants to get with another fish. Like, yo.
There's a movie where he
Sus.
turns into a fish.
Yeah! The Amazing Mr. Limpet turns
Did
into
your
a
family
fish.
have the Amazing Mr. Limpet? Did your family have the Amazing Mr. Limpet movie? She says no,
Okay, well, you gotta
but she
show
knows
it
what
to
it's
her.
about.
Okay. I'm trying to change the title of this episode, but I don't know where they put it now. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, there's a whole movie about Don Knotts, and he wants to be a fish because of his, how's a polite word to say this? He hates his wife.
I only remember the ending of this show, where he leaves his wife.
Yeah, so he becomes a fish, and then, like, immediately there's a ladyfish, and he's just like, she wants to bring him to, like, the breeding grounds, and he's still married to his, human
it's-
wife at this point.
It's like a reverse sea spray, but with adultery.
Yeah. So anyway, back to my issues with Little House on the Prairie. the first thing you have to really do, like my mom read me the books growing up, so you gotta divorce the whole thing from the books.
Yeah, so you know that show does not follow.
No, well,
the
only
book.
the pilot episode kind of follows the book. If you even saw the pilot episode, which would not have aired very often. The pilot episode actually follows the House on the Prairie, while the rest of it takes some inklings of ideas from the later books.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt this. Do you know what show has a great pilot episode?
No.
Not
No,
Psych.
no, yes. Not Psych. No, Kung Fu with David Carradine as the best pilot I've ever seen. Unfortunately, the rest of the show does not necessarily live up to it, but it's a really great pilot.
Okay. I'll
I
keep
haven't seen
that
it.
in mind.
Well, the Kung Fu has a good pilot.
To be honest.
But yeah, then Little House has some episodes that are really good, and
Fuck
some
on it.
episodes that are really liberal trash. Like, that's what's funny about it being like the default homeschool show is there's a lot of episodes that are not pushing traditional values in that show at all, but it's
Of course
very
not. It came out in the
progressive.
70s.
Like, the Waltons for the first 5 seasons, for the most part, is not progressive at all. Like, maybe there's a little bit of feminism in there at certain points, but even then, it's like,
Well, it wasn't progressive until John Boy started protesting against Vietnam.
I never even got that far, actually.
Ah.
I think it got a little bit liberal for me when not Mary. Who's the other one? The younger daughter,
Aaron? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. You know, she started becoming a witch. So it's
That
just
is
like-
the weirdest episode ever. Like that is beyond jump the shark
That's
moment.
probably the worst episode, but not my least favorite.
How did that even get made?
I mean, they had the money.
But
Why
it,
not?
like it is so out of tone for the rest of the series. It's like this is a Baptist family who doesn't even believe in playing cards. Let's have the episode about them doing black magic.
I mean, that's typical black. No, not. That's
you
typical
saying?
Baptist behavior. Okay.
I would say overall I prefer the Waltons to Little House on the Prairie. However, I do feel I really like the extras in Little House on the Prairie. That's like the best part of the show. Is like
I think a lot of the characters in Little House on the Prairie have like heart, but I feel like it falls off way sooner.
It does.
Than the Waltons, and the Waltons have a lot of like.
because Mr. Edwards leaves really fast in Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, and then he always comes back and he's like so ticked off because like his son died every single time, and
Well,
he's
his
just
son was a
looking for
jerk.
revenge. What?
His son was a jerk.
Yeah, but he's really mad about it still.
I don't think I ever got that far actually.
No, he like. I swear it's like the same episode. Maybe I just rewatched
Well, here's
it
the
over
thing:
and
is also
over.
Little House
but-
recycles the same plot a lot. Laura's friend dies. The adults do something. Someone else dies. It ends, and nothing's really resolved.
Remember when Laura's kidnapped because she
Which
looks kind
time?
of like the daughter of
She's
another
kidnapped
person
so
who's
many
dying?
times.
Man, back then you'd be kidnapped for just breathing wrong.
Do you think shows like this is what led to the panic when people think that like kidnapping happens way more than it really does?
Little House on the Prairie.
Kidnapping
causes
actually does
kidnapping.
not happen that often unless you like, you know, have a crazy ex. Usually it's them kidnapping their own kids.
I mean, that happens a lot more often than you think, I guess.
Electric 5385 asked for a possible shout out. I don't see why not. Yes, you can have a shout out. Tell us your favorite episode of the Waltons in the comments, please.
And if you can't pick one, top 5. Go.
I know it might be hard to pick just one. I mean, my personal favorite is the typewriter.
I like the chivalry.
The chivalry's good too, but I think like the Baldwin sisters are funny.
The Baldwin sisters are the best. They bookend the series. Literally, the first season finale is with them being alone, throwing a party for all their dead friends. Nobody shows up. And it's Mother Walton tells, like, John Boy, you cannot be friends with them. They're moonshiners. And they don't even know they're moonshiners. And then, the last episode of the Waltons ever, period, with fake John Boy, they're throwing a party for all their dead friends, and guess what? None of them show up, so the Waltons come. It's just like, it's a sweet thing to reuse the same plot, but, you know.
Yeah, other than that, like, TV I watched growing up was a lot of Disney Channel sitcoms. Most of them don't really hold up, except for, like, Zack and Cody. That's pretty good.
Actually, a pair of kings and kicking it? What are you talking about?
A Pair of Kings holds up better than Kicking It.
Well, the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The third one.
Actually, that one's actually funny. But, yeah, the third season's bad. Like, there's a lot of... Like, the teen sitcom era was weird. That's something that doesn't really exist anymore, either. I think they try, but they don't have the same cultural impact. Ford doesn't know what we're talking about because he's a Cartoon Network kid.
They didn't have sitcoms, sure.
I only know Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's pretty much it.
That counts.
Now, the best one... And you know what the sad part about this is? The best of those sitcoms that air is Drake and Josh. Like, that passes as not just, like, a teen sitcom. That's just a good sitcom.
Yeah, that one's alright.
But, you know, like, only 30% of it's actually available for streaming?
I know, it's a shame.
They have censored... I think it's only 4 episodes from Season 2 available. What helps is, like, you know, child actors were just better back then, too.
Like Daniel Radcliffe?
That's true, though. Like, in the 90s and 2000s, there's a lot of great child actors. Like, that has the most prominent child actors, probably. You know, you got, like, things like Home Alone, that girl that plays Matilda and is in all those other movies. Like, the one where she, like, makes Santa go to court.
She doesn't do that. It's her evil mother's boss. Not boss, psychiatric
We have
part.
this on, like, every year, but we're only half watching it.
Well, I watched the original one. I've never seen the Matilda
Goonies.
remake the whole way. Goonies?
Yeah,
Sean Astin, yeah.
that's more of a Gen X movie, but...
It's my dad's one of his favorite movies. That with the Princess Bride.
Thing that always weirded me out about Goonies was when you get into it, it's like they expect you to already care about the Goonies, and you have no idea who the Goonies are.
But I guess it's the cultural zeitgeist. Back in the day, you just had your gang, you know? Your gang of people. And it's just like, oh, you know, there's that one friend, he eats too much, and it's just the 80s. Wow! Woo! Kids rule!
That's what Stranger Things is about.
That's... no, it's not what that's about, actually. It's about
Stranger
disappointing
Things is
the
probably
fans.
a show I will never watch again.
Like,
Good choice.
it had such...
Hey, you do have taste!
It had such good promise
It did.
going along.
I feel like, actually... I liked the tone that it went to in, like, Season 2. I feel like it got it more unique. Because Season 1 is just E.T., but with more gore.
Season 1's fine, I feel. Season 2, I didn't like the villains, but the progression of characters was a lot better.
Yeah.
I do like how they use, like, Joe Keery's natural, like, relationship with... Who's the kid who plays Dustin? I don't remember. But their actual, like, bonding, and it's like, oh, let's actually write this into the series. So it's just like, there's actually good chemistry on screen.
Yeah.
It's like, you believe.
See, I could never watch Stranger Things after the glaring continuity error of having an Ultra Magnus toy in 1984.
Oh, that's fair.
You mean like how the remake of It uses the wrong color green slopes that weren't printed in that color in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's got to be
Oh.
other TV shows that I've watched. I don't think there's anything that, like, stuck out to me that I loved. And, like, I mean, I was talking about scripted. Like, I am actually a reality TV enjoyer.
Awesome.
I had my first real brush of reality TV after I was first married. I started watching The Bachelor with my wife.
I've not done that.
How's
Would
that
not
going?
recommend.
No,
We have stopped.
no, like, as far as,
We
like,
watched
game shows,
seasons of it.
and this is honestly more of a recent thing, but Survivor is peak
Oh,
reality TV.
Survivor's awesome.
Driver's good. Early Survivor is very good.
Yeah.
There's still stuff to like about the later ones, but they don't give as many good characters.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
get anyone who's actually like a good character. to
Once in a while,
watch.
you get one.
I'm
And
telling
it's
you,
such a
my
disappointment when they're
Survivor
out.
application.
You've been
rock-
saying that for years, but you've never applied.
Well, yeah, I should do that. Now that yeah.
I changed the thumbnail for it. This YouTube changed everything.
Liam, have you watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
A few episodes, I really don't care for it.
Did you watch the
Ah.
Adventures of Link ones?
I've seen enough.
I've seen the whole thing. Would not recommend it, really.
I feel like something about that era of like cartoons was nightmarish to me as a child. I don't know what scarred me, but I just had an aversion to it.
I think it's just the cheap animation that makes me not like that era.
Like I watched a lot more Boomerang back then.
Yeah, some Boomerang's good.
You know, I'm trying to think what was on Boomerang. Obviously, you had like Scooby Doo and stuff.
Tom
They had
and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, Top Cat. Top Cat was never actually good, but it was on.
That's the reality of a lot of those shows.
I'm trying to think of like what the other ones are. You know what I loved, and I could never ever watch again. One year during the Olympics, they played reruns of the Laugh Olympics, and I loved that. That was great. And then they did the Wacky Races for a while. Those were great.
Wacky Races would be on like every Sunday morning.
And they just stopped. Never again.
Adventures of Penelope Pit Stop.
I didn't like that one.
It was, I like the little dwarf guys. They're
They were
mafia,
fine.
you know.
You know, they had a lot of ads for like Johnny Quest, but they never played it.
They play it during a special segment, like the same time they would play like the Super Friends and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. That was like my first superhero cartoon.
Yeah, that's classic.
They played that on Boomerang.
I always liked that series, but I hated that dog. Dumb dog.
What's funny is, you know, this special feature in The Incredibles that basically makes fun of that exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah. Those are good. I would recommend looking them up. They're on YouTube.
I have the DVD. I can just pop it in. But I just remember seeing it like in the car, like when we were driving somewhere. Like I guess my sister and I have been bored, and we just started playing the bonus features on all the discs we had.
Because they used to be awesome.
Yeah. Just the menus for movies used to be good. They were like interactive. They could have Easter eggs in them if you knew how to unlock those.
Yeah. You know, though, we've gotten a Scooby-Doo minifigure. We've gotten a Spider-Man minifigure, and even in Mr. Incredible minifigure.
And a Flintstones.
But what if we had a Mario minifigure?
Leo, I already changed the thumbnail.
Darn it!
I think anyone is want K-Bear for that subject matter would have left by the 48-minute mark.
You sure?
Probably yes.
What if we had like a skip to actual discussion? To just skip the entire podcast.
I was looking at a list that ChatGPT says was also on there. And then I forgot to mention Yogi, which Yogi Bear is actually legitimately funny in the early seasons.
We tried watching that Christmas.
Yeah, the Yogi Bear extended universe later on is like kind of sickening.
Oh,
Remember
Did you
when
watch
you-
Looney Tunes, Liam?
You never
What was
had a
on, yes, but I also think what
Christmas?
aired of Looney Tunes when I was a kid was a much watered down version of the original shorts.
So your parents never got like the collections or something for you to watch?
I don't think we had the Looney Tunes one. I think we got like the cheaper bargain bin 100 classic cartoons.
Looney Tunes themselves are pretty good.
Looney Tunes are good. The ones I've seen. But the thing is, the best parts are the ones that they didn't air.
And plus, Boomerang did not have them on, or Cartoon Network for that matter. Didn't have the Looney Tunes airing for a good while.
No,
I
they
feel.
played the baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they played
instead,
Baby
a
Looney
lot.
Tunes, which
It's terrible.
they have the rip-off episode where Baby Daffy starts swearing.
Yeah.
Like SpongeBob.
Yeah, they also had a pup named Scooby Doo.
Oh, Peek.
That show, like, I think is what set the tone for the 90s for me.
But it's a clear.
Oh, how could I forget the Smurfs?
Who could forget the
You know-
Smurfs?
I don't think there's actually anything that notably good about the Smurfs.
It's kind of funny when Gargamel wants to eat them every once in a while, but then every once in a while, like, he doesn't. He wants to do something different with them.
It's like Yogi Bear has a lot of like actual funny, sarcastic jokes. The Flintstones is actually very funny in the earlier seasons. Like,
I need to rewatch the Flintstones.
yeah,
at this
Mesa
point.
is always hyping up the Flintstones.
Yeah, because I know growing up, I hated the Flintstones, I hated the Jetsons.
But the Smurfs takes itself very seriously.
with the guy named Vanity Smurf.
Yes. And then there's the Snorks, which
I
is
hate
like
the Snorks.
the
They
Dollar
can all
General
die.
Smurfs.
Like, man, the Snorks was so
I never
awful,
heard
but
of
then
those
it's
guys.
just
You
like,
haven't heard of the Snorks?
there is nothing
No.
else on at
Let me see if I
5:30.
can bring up the Snorks intro.
Oh, no. This is like reliving childhood trauma. Says
Everyone who ever watched the Snorks.
Oh, man, I
Okay.
hate the Snorks. They could all die in a hole. It's like, gosh. Who likes the Snorks?
Okay.
No one guy that likes the Snorks? I don't. If I do, I know I don't like that guy all of a sudden.
I think this is cropped well enough for the podcast. Let's
Oh no.
I may have actually seen this before.
hurry bring up
Not the
suppressed
show, but
me-
the intro.
As you're scrambling to change the channel.
It's That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
If you want a real good intro song, you do this one.
So bad.
Oh yes,
Oh, that
absolutely. This goes hard.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, perfect.
W783A.
I'm not sure I actually had it playing on the podcast list. Oh, wait, I'm playing it, but it's not actually up in the podcast yet.
Rip Peroni.
Uh,
I'm trying to block out my YouTube recommended videos. There we go. I'm not doing the audio
it
because
was hard.
Well,
I'm
yes, we'll be
free.
copywritten, but like it just goes really hard.
Yeah.
Everything rhymes really well.
it's better than the Snorks intro.
No,
It is
you
better.
gotta get to the end. That's when he peaks. So you can fast
Well,
forward
if
a little.
we can't play the audio, there's no use in doing
Yeah,
that.
the
Oh,
audience
that's
can't
fair. That's-
see it.
Ugh.
Yeah, Snorks. It's one of those things where you don't really realize it as a kid, and then you get along and realize, wait, I've never enjoyed watching this.
No, the Snorks sucked, but there was literally nothing else I could put
Oh,
on,
Pink
so-
Panther. Pink Panther was good.
Oh, Pink Panther's pretty good.
Lots of smoking.
I love when my cartoon characters smoke and drink and stuff. I will have so many drunk children if I get another pink elephant scene, I'm telling you. Oh, Duck Dodgers? Yeah.
I never really caught Duck Dodgers when it was on.
I've only seen the Duck Dodgers episode from Looney Tunes, not the actual
but
show.
the actual series
They
is,
played
like,
Crypto the Super
sexy.
Dog a lot at one point, too.
No, I did watch the Green Lantern episode of Duck Dodgers.
Then there's, like, the monkey-themed shows. Like McGilla Gorilla and Grape Ape.
Oh, you know
Curious
what they
George.
played all the time that wasn't exclusively a cartoon? The Banana Split Show?
Yes!
Yeah!
I remember that.
And then they made a horror movie about them being
Did they?
animatronics. Yeah.
The Banana Splits?
Yeah.
The actual Banana Splits?
Yeah.
Who authorized this?
I think it's like Creative Commons
The
or
Banana
something.
Splits was basically a Gilligan's Island ripoff.
I
They had a
would
whole
s-
segment of the show that was literally a Gilligan's Island ripoff.
No, it was more serious than Gilligan's Island.
Was it?
I mean, other than the screaming monkey boy, but yeah. It's just like
Not
the
difficult
whole
to come
through line
more
was like
serious
the
than Gilligan's
pirates
Island.
are
I
chasing
don't know if
after
I've
them
actually
on
ever
Cannibal
seen
Island.
Gilligan's Island at all.
Gilligan's Island is just they're stranded on the island and thus wacky hijinks
It's one of those shows
ensue.
you'd hate. I think it plays fast and loose with the continuity.
I'm sure it does.
Literally, the man invents stuff out of coconuts all the time. I'm sure it does. Now, there's a Gilligan's Island parody in VeggieTales.
I'm sure there is. Is VeggieTales a TV show? I feel like that's more of a home video show.
It's
No, it's a TV show.
but it doesn't come out with like episodically. It's not like in
No.
seasons. It comes out like as specials essentially.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I ever watched VeggieTales on the TV. I always watched it on the videos.
There was like a TV edited version of VeggieTales where they live in a house. Not like the Netflix
that
version.
that screwed with me, honestly.
Because what they do, they butcher the first half of an hour-long, like, special. So you get little bits and pieces of kind of what's going on, and then the, like, last 20 minutes are just unedited, basically. So it's just like...
The kitchen
the
is so
through
much
line.
better than that weird house.
Yeah. Why do they live there? Together. Like, it's kind of... a little sus.
They're Epicureans, that's why.
Trying to think if there's any shows I actually like from the streaming era of television. Obviously, there's shows I like, but are there any shows that have stuck with me from the streaming era of television?
Netflix's Daredevil.
I mean, I do like Netflix's
Yes.
Daredevil. I
There,
guess-
he admits it.
I never said it like I said, it wasn't in my top 10. Well, I think I would probably... I don't
But
know
you
if
didn't
I-
even name your top 10, so, you know.
I did name 10.
Yeah, but you named 10, but not your top 10.
I'd have to have
I
more time to curate a list like that if you want it very careful. I don't have it on hand.
I eagerly await it.
I think Troll Hunters is the only like dedicated show that came out for streaming that I've enjoyed a lot.
Did you seen all of Troll Hunters?
I saw the. I mean, I haven't seen the extended stuff, but I saw like the first show.
Okay. I never saw it at all. Because that's the one that Dan and Kevin Hageman did, isn't it? Not... Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, and didn't Guillermo del Toro do it? Or like he produced it or something?
He could have.
There's this one clip that keeps circulating from the show that apparently the fans really don't like.
What clip is that?
I don't know if it's from the original or what.
Yeah, Del Toro is attached to it.
Aha! I thought I remembered something right.
So is Troll Hunters actually good? I never watched it.
I enjoyed it. I remember it being good.
Because, like, no one really talks about it anymore.
Well, it was a thing like, what, 9 years ago?
Yeah, Dan and Kevin
Yeah,
Hageman
at this
are two
point.
of the main writers on the show. They're also the only ones without a Wikipedia page, despite, like, writing the majority of one of the longest running animated TV shows of the century. What else has come out for streaming? Because we already talked about
Well.
Stranger Things. It didn't. Better Call Saul is basically streamed by the time I finished it, but it was still written like TV.
I'm the only person I know that watches The Bear, and I really like that show. You guys would hate it.
Is it about a bear?
No,
Exactly.
it's
That's
about...
why I couldn't like it. It's about a guy who screams that he has to cook.
He has to cook food for the people who come into a restaurant and want food.
I did like Squid Game, but I hear that kind of drops off after the first season.
I feel like most streaming shows I just kind of dropped off of because they got awful.
Squid Game. It's
Oh
fun
yeah,
to
they
see.
did
Including
get
that one.
awful. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
It's very hard to tell if that's exactly.
The Bear is
because
the
of
only one that's been
formula.
like relatively consistent. To
I
me.
thought this is because Netflix just wants TV to be in the background of whatever it is you're doing, like doom scrolling.
See, it's
Yes,
hard
it
to-
is.
But that's
And now
part
everything
of
is
it.
made that
But
way.
that's kind of like third phase. We had first phase where they were genuinely trying and actually had some pretty cool stuff. We had second phase where it got really gay. And now we've got third phase where it's just designed to compete with TikTok.
While also being really gay.
It's not as gay now. They canceled most of the gay. I think Netflix like literally had a mandate, gotta get rid of 80% of our gay characters this year.
I mean, most of it, but it's still there.
Remember
Just
how they
saying.
changed Stranger Things from being a not gay series to being gay at the end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about that.
Hey, IMDb charts top 250 TV shows. What the heck is Planet Earth?
It's like a BBC little...
How is this is fake? No way. That's number 2 and 3. Band of Brothers is a very specific type of person.
Yes.
Chernobyl, The
Ain't
Wire,
no way, Chernobyl.
Avatar,
Could be that.
Sopranos, Blue Planet. Who watches that?
The same people who watch
There's
Big Planet.
Someone is like making these ratings. Like,
To be fair to
Shift.
the documentaries, they're very relaxing to watch.
never been a huge documentary. I say that, but I like the YouTube style of documentary.
Well, this was prior to that.
I find this type of documentary lies a lot more.
Well, absolutely, but they do it with such a soothing
Apparently,
voice.
Bluey is at number 14 now, next to Game of Thrones.
Wait, can we get Bluey to...
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I might watch that someday. I meant to watch Attack on Titan someday too. Twilight Zone last time. There's a lot of ones I've never heard of anyone watching. Only
Twilight
seen
Zone
season
is
4
good.
of Sherlock.
Season 4.
Seen a good amount of Batman the Animated Series. That's a pretty good one.
I don't think you even got to like some of the better episodes.
I don't think I did. It also bugs me because like streaming has this weird mix between the airing order and the production order. So it's like no one has ever watched the show in this order ever. Firefly is one of those shows that everyone says is really good, but I'm skeptical if it really is.
I like it, but it's very difficult to get into.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I would liken it more to Cowboy Bebop, but that show has a lot more to like about it.
I love Cowboy Bebop so much.
Cowboy Bebop is great.
I would consider watching Cowboy Bebop. I do want to expand my anime viewing a little bit.
Consider you should.
Well, like I said, the thing is, we don't watch
Required
a ton
viewing.
of TV. That's like not our normal evening activity. We watch TV a couple nights a week, maybe.
You gotta watch great anime like Cowboy Bebop and Transformers Armada.
You know, out of all the
That's a good
Transformers show, Armada is the one that has looked the most appealing to me.
I mean, it's basically just like Dragon Ball Z, but
Yeah.
robots.
Dude,
That sounds like an appealing
Armada is
concept.
awesome. Like, the whole
Armada's pretty
Unicron
good.
trilogy,
Yeah.
I don't care what they say. Fantastic. English dub, even. Who cares?
My brother would hate that.
Yeah, I know.
I love
because
unfinished
they completely
animation, too.
change a bunch of stuff in the English dub anyways. The 4
Yeah,
kids
because didn't it come
version.
out before the Japanese one did?
Did it?
I think it did.
I don't know.
Also, why can't
Sonic
I
X,
stream
that's an
IMDb?
excellent anime.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna actually like put this up where people can see it. You guys can see it, right?
See what?
Or this is the streaming IMDb's top 250 TV shows.
We still see YouTube on there.
Oh, that's weird.
And I don't think the stream is caught up to that if you're showing it.
You know. And the
I
Discord.
mean, yeah, I've scrolled through a lot of these already and pointed out the ones I think are notable. I don't really know what The Wire's about still, but I hear people talk about it at least.
Never heard
Gotta watch
anyone
that
talk
one.
about before.
Why is Rick and Morty on there?
I don't know.
Because
Because
of the
Reddit.
best written episode ever. Pickle Rick.
Were you there when we all watched Rick and Morty that one time, Lee? I don't think you were.
I don't believe so.
We all gave it a shot. We the Pickle Rip episode. It was
Funniest
I
not.
fell
thing
asleep
I've
twice
ever
during
seen.
that
Yeah,
episode.
it wasn't
was
even
awful.
funny.
No, the funniest part was that he's a pickle. But to be fair, you have to have a really high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
Better Call
So he
Saul
fell
is very
asleep
good,
twice.
and I feel like if Breaking Bad is number one, Better Call Saul should be much closer to it. I prefer Better Call Saul. Not the Breaking Bad.
Batman
is
the
bad.
Animated Series, okay, not a terrible choice.
People were all talking about Arcane when it first came out, and then no one talked about it ever again.
Yeah.
That's because it's based off a video game that no one likes.
Office, pretty good up to the last season, which is still fun in the last season. The problem is the plot in the last season.
Again, it's
Yes.
you're following these characters for the character.
And all the characters act so bad in the last season.
The Beatles anthology.
10 episodes.
That must be a BBC thing. Can I remove mini-series from this?
Apparently not.
Sort by actual series.
You know what I hate about
please.
streaming too? It basically means the British model of TV won, and that can't stand. Another Beatles show.
Underneath Seinfeld this time.
There's Cowboy Bebop, Leo.
Hey.
Hey.
True
Cool stuff.
Detective Season 1
I thought
is good.
Fargo was an old show for some
and nothing
reason.
else. Fargo?
Yeah.
Fargo
it
is
is
old
old.
now.
It's
No, it's from 2014.
That is old, guys.
One Piece. My brother has seen every episode of One Piece.
That's too many episodes.
Why?
I don't know. I think
Look at
he's
that number.
watched it while he does 3D printing.
There's over 1,000 episodes. Who would
Yeah.
watch that much television? Not for 1,000 episodes of a show.
Kidding.
No, I've seen a few bit of Friends, not into it.
I
had enough
haven't seen
Friends.
Friends, but I'm not interested.
You've seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, that needs to be ranked way higher. That's fantastic. I know that's
Is that still
funnier than
going?
Friends.
It's still going. I think it's the
Wow.
longest running sitcom like ever now.
Yeah, pretty good. Way funnier than Friends ever could dream of being.
There's a lot
Flying
of these I haven't
Circus,
seen.
yes.
I didn't actually know that was like an actual TV show.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I remember when BoJack Horseman was a thing. I never saw it, and people stopped talking about it now. Dragon Ball Z. Has anyone here actually watched Dragon Ball?
I have.
I have not.
Well, okay, so I'm watching Dragon Ball now, but I have seen Dragon Ball Z.
That's out of order.
I can't figure out where to start.
I have reasons.
So yeah, how many Dragon Ball series are there now?
Too damn many.
Now, I have not watched Dragon Ball, but I do know a lot about the different forms of Super Saiyan.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Okay, so the thing is, Dragon Ball Z was
wait.
on Cartoon Network, and I didn't get to see Dragon Ball because it wasn't there.
I'm confused. Why is Dragon Ball Z in two spots? The 1996-2003 and the 1989-96 Dragon Ball Z.
You know, reasons.
I don't know.
Isn't it the same series? There's not even a break.
It should be.
Why?
That's weird.
That's very weird. I didn't. Also, Dragon Ball. It actually asked how many episodes of Dragon Ball are there overall. It's got to rival One Piece, doesn't
Many.
it?
There's a lot of filler. And there's a lot of people just shouting.
That's what they do. That's their thing.
See, like
Why is Twin
this-
Peaks that low?
this is not a TV show. Pride and Prejudice is just a long movie.
Okay, but that is a good show.
It might be fine, but it doesn't count in a list of TV shows.
It's
Twin
also really
Peaks
funny.
Should not be that low. Come on.
I only just learned what the story of Pride and Prejudice was about last year when I saw it with my wife, and then we saw Revenge of the Sith in the same week.
Did y'all watch the Keira Knightley
Yeah.
version? That one's all right.
People that have sisters closer in age have much stronger opinions on this than I do.
Yeah.
I never
My
watched
sister
it
was
until I
never
got
into Pride
married.
and Prejudice.
It's hard to sit
Realize I
My
made a very
Claudius is
low
that low,
IQ
huh?
statement.
Lots of these I haven't seen. I hate the name of this show. Don't know what
Rome
it's
is that
about.
low? Wow.
Peaky Blinders, blimey.
I can't believe Rome is that low.
X-Men. Well, how is X-Men 97 in here?
Wait,
I
not the
Reddit.
actual series. It's the.
Is this just like
the
an
rating.
all-time ratings thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so people just rate what they watch and what they like, and they don't go back
Yeah.
to see other stuff.
But this is, like, out of place even for what's surrounding it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
That's what I hate about IMDb. It's all the users.
Naruto.
It's
I guess Invincible made it
Darn,
on
they
here,
have the wrong Battlestar
Invincible
Galactica
has, like,
there.
kept its cultural impact for a while, at least.
Yeah, I feel like
know
this
about
list was
that.
made by people who are a little more on the internet than they are on the television.
Oh, the
I don't know that I'd
Simpsons.
say
No, if that were the case, then Invincible would be higher.
Yeah.
Eh.
The hit Simpsons would be higher if it ended.
House has been on my to watch eventually list.
Justice League
That had like a
Unlimited.
revival
Oh, come
like in the
on.
last few years, so by the time I actually watch it, it's gonna be way past the revival.
Top Gear this low. Wow.
We're getting to a lot I haven't seen. I've heard,
Father Ted.
yeah, people like Father Ted.
Father
The
Ted.
Boys is this low.
The Boys is
I
gonna
thought
drop
for
off
sure.
this list in 5 years.
Oh yeah, surely it's not good. Did it actually end? Are they done making it?
I don't think
I
it
hope.
says 2026, but I
think
thought there was
this
another
is
season
the final
coming out.
season, supposedly.
Is this the final season?
And I think so.
One can only hope.
They've already stretched out the source material, I've heard.
I've seen
so.
like a season or two of X-Files.
Well,
One Punch Man. Man, The Mandalorian would have actually been a good show if they kept it to one season.
Maybe even
alas.
two.
Two,
Like,
the
I
problem
think-
is, a lot of two isn't that great
A
either.
lot of the second season, the second half of the second season, that's where it picks up.
Yeah, it's better
But
than
and then
the
it
first
tells
half.
us full story.
Look.
Like you got the Mandalorian.
Second season is where it all falls apart.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I love the second season because they paid off my knowledge of Boba Fett's knee rockets.
See, yeah.
That is
I
that
had
part
a
of the
big,
second
like,
season is good.
moment
but I
where I
don't care.
pointed out.
The problem is in the first season, like the Mandalorian is a lot more brutal with how he deals with problems.
Yeah, he disintegrates.
And then
a bunch
Disney
of
like
stuff.
sanitizes him so much.
So it's the Boba Fett problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then Boba Fett is really brutal in the season of The Mandalorian. Then they sanitize him in the Book of Boba Fett.
Then
Yeah,
he
the
does
Boba Fett problem.
absolutely nothing in the Book of Boba Fett.
Which is why I will no longer watch any Disney Star Wars.
Is the Book of Boba Fett the final straw for you?
Yes, that was the final straw.
I
I have
forget
not seen a
that is one
single
of the-
other offering since then.
I forget if I watched Kenobi that came after, but I forget if that was just because everyone else was.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't like value the time
Trash.
I spent watching it.
See.
We're getting to a lot of shows I've never heard of now. What are we at for time? Okay, yeah, we gotta wrap
We
it
are
up here.
over time.
Yeah.
And with an E. Oh,
I've actually seen a good
oh is
portion
that a bad
of that.
show? Bad show. My wife says that's a bad show. Don't watch that one.
My wife likes it, even though it gets very, very liberal.
Oh, the Critical Role show. Wait, they're kind of that as the full thing as the stream and not the actual cartoon they made?
I guess so.
That's weird.
All right, just
There's your Demon Slayer. Wait, is that the good Battlestar Galactica you just scrolled past?
oh yeah, Demon Slayer.
No, that's 2003 one. Never mind.
There's the original Dragon Ball. Which wait,
Dude.
why is Dragon Ball after Dragon Ball Z?
Mhm.
Because
Oh,
there's a
that's weird.
Dragon Ball Z. What is going on in this show?
Maybe it's because that's when it made its way to the States.
Is it a prequel? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, well, this was a more unconventional episode, but if you enjoyed watching, name your favorite TV shows down in the description below. The best era of TV and the worst part of TV.
And your favorite Walton episode.
Yeah, and your favorite episode of The Waltons. Lily will shout out everything, or everyone, who names their favorite episode of The Waltons in the comments below this time. You can join us every week, Thursday or Friday lately, 9:30 Eastern Time. I'd recommend joining the Discord server, link in the description below for any updates for when we're streaming. As always, like, subscribe, share the video with everyone you know. And for Ford, Leo, Maluris, myself, LQ, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.